is premature ejaculation. Needless to say, that's probably the #1 email question that I get from men. So here's a couple of quick tips for you. Tip #1, do Kegel exercises. Kegel exercises are simply squeezing the muscles, the same muscles that you use when you urinate. And when they're not strong enough, when you feel very close to the edge, it's very difficult to hold back from going all the way over the edge and ejaculating. So getting some control over that musculature can go a long way to giving you success in controlling your ejaculation. Now, here's how you do them. If you go to the bathroom and you're peeing and you squeeze the muscles to stop the flow of urine, you've just done your first Kegel. Now, you don't have to be peeing to do them. You can be sitting in the car, you can be sitting on the couch, you can really be walking down the street. You can do anything you want and just squeeze those muscles. What I recommend is that you squeeze them 10 times, holding for 5 seconds each, and do 3 sets of those. And then go for 100 as fast as you can. The first time you do this, you might really find it difficult to even get to 100. You'll discover that both squeezing and releasing gets more challenging as you go through it. And I invite you to time yourself and see how quickly you can do it and beat that time. If you do this for a month or two, you will have an enormous advantage over where you are now in terms of withholding ejaculation, and also in terms of the hardness of your penis during sex, which I'm sure that your woman will appreciate. So that's first of all, is get command over that musculature. You'll find that it really gives you a lot of help. The second thing is a lot of your problem is the amount of excitement that you feel in the moment as anxiety. So there's sexual excitement, but there's also anxiety. And the anxiety around, oh my God, am I going to come too quickly, somehow tricks your brain chemistry into feeling like you're more aroused and you can't hold back your ejaculation. So you want to learn ways of controlling your anxiety. One of the best ways of doing that is to breathe. They call it diaphragm breathing, breathing deeply into your belly. When you're nervous, you tend to breathe more up here in the chest and more shallow, kind of up here in the chest. And when you're more relaxed, you tend to breathe deeply into your belly. And if you breathe deeply into your belly slowly, it actually brings that anxiety level down. I invite you to try that during sex, during intercourse. It can really, really help out. And I'll tell you something else that can help out is notice if you have an anxious expression on your face. It's the same thing. It works with the same kind of biofeedback loop. If you relax your face and maybe even take a more commanding face instead of an anxious face, you really trick your brain. It's a powerful technique. Deep belly breathing, and you will discover you have a lot more control. And the final thing, this is a really critical thing that men have to understand if they want to learn how to last longer, which is this whole thing happens in your brain. And being a premature ejaculator is actually an addiction. It's an addiction to getting more and more excited until you can't hold back. And you have more control of it than you think. And here's how you begin to learn how to control. You need to learn a discernment, a mental discernment, to know when you're going down this little addictive path. And here's how you train yourself. What I want you to do is notice how excited you are and just assign a number to it. You're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe a 1 is you're not excited at all. At a 5, you notice a girl on the beach in a bikini and you went, that's maybe a 5. At around 6, you've got an erection. Maybe 7, you've got an erection. And then at 10, you're ejaculating. Now, somewhere in there, there's a point of no return. And you need to find that point of no return. Now, for a premature ejaculator, it can feel like if they have an erection at 6, the point of no return is 6.5. That literally, like, just a little bit more aroused than an erection equals ejaculation. Now, that would be for somebody who's in a very extreme case. For most men who are premature ejaculators, they get an erection around 6, and then they get more and more excited during the course of sexual activity. And then somewhere around 7.5 or even 8, they realize at that point, if they let themselves get to an 8, they can't go back down again. There's no turning back. They're going to 8 on 10. There's no way to turn back at that point. So you want to find out where your point of no return is. And as long as you don't reach that point of excitation, you can actually develop total control over your ejaculation. So really getting clever about this, really getting smart about your own body so that you can begin to realize, I really can't go beyond 6.5. And just don't let yourself go there. Really, through force of will, don't let yourself go there, because once you hit 7, if you're that guy, then all of your, trying to do math in your head or trying to distract yourself or whatever, belly breathing, whatever you're trying to do, it's too late. You're heading for 10. You've gone too far. Know your number and then work the number. That's really, one of the major keys. And find out if you're a guy that can go to 7.5, don't go above 7.5 if you really don't want to ejaculate. And then when you feel like, okay, this has lasted long enough, I've satisfied my girlfriends, play around. See if you can get to 7.6 or 7.7 and go down. See if you can get to 8 and go down. If you can get as far as 8.5 or 9 and you're still not at the point of no return, you are a great lover. You really have an enormous amount of control over ejaculation, and your woman will appreciate it.
Hey, Ben here from Expert Sex Tips for Men. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then you will really love what I got for you here. I want to give you access to my full archive of proven step-by-step video tutorials to give any woman a mind-blowing orgasm. If you want them, simply click the button you see here, free step-by-step video tutorials. That will send you to a page where you can leave your name and email. If you do that, I'll send them right over.